Hey guys, and it's time to do a different video today. This is a Camp Objective Victory video, but it's not one of the episodes. To commemorate how far these final 3 contestants have gotten, we're going to do a separate data analysis video. Obviously, just to analyze data. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first picture that's going to be shown is this. It's kind of messy, but I'll try to explain it to you. What you see right here, and how the contestants are ordered, is their average normalized rank. If you don't know what normalized ranks are, they're basically just a fair way of calculating what each rank the contestant got in each episode. Because getting 3rd place out of 10 is a lot better than getting 3rd place out of 4. Right below the average is the standard deviation, and off to the right, you can see the place that they got in. And obviously there's question marks next to the final 3, because we don't know what place they're gonna get in. So the first and most surprising thing is that Marnax Gaming, aka Wrench, actually is in 1st, even though he got last place in one of the challenges. Wrench is in front of Butter, who is our current living frontrunner, by just about 1.33. But Wrench obviously has a higher standard deviation, because Wrench was doing very well, and then suddenly dropped to last place. In fact, the worst place that Wrench ever got in before getting eliminated 5th was 3rd place, which is still pretty good. Well, that's enough talk about Wrench. Let's take a look at the standard deviations. The contestant with the highest standard deviation was Ruby, with a surprising standard deviation of about 39. And Butter has the lowest standard deviation with just about 21. Okay, we've had enough of this chart. Let's go on to the next one. Let's move on to the next chart that shows the places that all the contestants got in each episode. And here it is. The first thing that you might notice is that there's not enough people in episode 2. But that's because, if you remember, I let Butter not do the challenge. That's because he was unfairly eliminated in episode 1, but I brought him back. But 2 of the paths you see here are my favorite. My favorites are Potato and Ruby. I like Potato because from episode 1 all the way to episode 7, he only climbs, going from a tie to 9th and 8th, to 5th place, then to 4th place, then to 4th again, all the way up to 2nd, and then to 1st. But then he can't do any better than that, so he falls down to 3rd. And my other favorite is Ruby, because Ruby gets in 1st place for the first 3 events. And then in episode 5, Ruby gets 2nd to last. Ruby also gets 2nd to last in 6 and 7, but then in episode 8, Ruby gets eliminated. You may be wondering why I said Ruby got 1st in the first challenge, even though Wrench is clearly above Ruby. That's because there were some ties. The chart that you're seeing right now looks a lot better, but this is the true chart. Oh wait, but there's just one mistake. In episode 1, where it says there's a tie between Straw Hat and Butter, that's supposed to say a tie between Straw Hat and Potato. Well, that's enough of that chart. Let's move on to the final chart. This one was especially made for the final 3, not anybody else, because I made some predictions. Here they are. So with a lot of approximated data, I found these predictions. And what the numbers show is the percent chance that any contestant will get in any place. So Straw Hat has a 46.91% chance of getting in 3rd. Butter has a 16.16% chance of getting in 3rd, while Potato has a 36.93% chance of getting in 3rd. The numbers mean the same thing for each column. The first thing that I find surprising is that Butter has over 50% chance of winning the entire game, and Straw Hat almost has a 50% chance of getting eliminated next. Another interesting thing is that everybody has a highest number in at least one of the columns. The highest chance of somebody getting in 3rd is Straw Hat, the highest chance of somebody getting in 2nd is Potato, and the highest chance for getting in 1st, that's Butter. So that's all we have left for this data analysis video, and I'll probably make one for the final 2. But for now, we'll see you next time on Camp Objective Victory 9A.